Happy Easter, everyone. Well, I mean, it's not Easter now. That was yesterday, but yeah, happy late Easter. So, the reason why I didn't record a video yesterday was just because I was hanging out with family, and because it was a Sunday, I wanted to take my free time to get some personal work done. So, yeah. However, now that I'm home from school, I thought, hey, now would be a great time to record the Easter video. So, that's what we're doing. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys this stuff. This box, bag, and another box. Because last weekend, my mother and my stepfather ended up getting me this stuff as like an Easter present, which shout out to both of them. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's get into showing it off. So the first thing we have here is an LED mask. So basically it's just one of those masks where it has like patterns and such, lights up on the face. It's pretty cool. I haven't opened it out of its box yet, and I won't for this video. It'll have to be like sometime after. My stepfather was telling me that there was apparently some like guy, some robber who wore this mask. I'm not sure if that's true, but I thought I'd mention that because I don't know, it's just interesting to me. And yeah, pretty cool. The next thing we have here is a Freddy Fazbear's pizza box. I think it's actually meant to be like a lunch box. Not a lunch box, but like a lunch bag to put sandwiches and stuff in. And I don't know, I think it's really cool because it's literally designed after the Freddy Fazbear's pizza box. You know, it says Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, let's eat. And then on the tags here, we have insulated lunch box. Okay, so it is a lunch box. And then we got, there's like the company, BioWorld, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never heard of this company before, but I don't know, they seem like a pretty cool company since they made this. This is what the inside of the box looks like. Nothing too crazy, it's just gray. There's a tag here. Can't really make it out. Oh, it just says all rights are reserved. 2025 Scott Coffin. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, moving on to the final thing here. As you can see, big box. Has a bunch of controllers, some Easter eggs, some other various different symbols. It says Happy Easter on it. Now, opening it up, you will see many things. The first thing you may have noticed is a question mark block. Now, this didn't come with this overall like Easter egg or whatever box. Instead, this came from McDonald's, if you couldn't already tell from the smiley face. So, for context, 2 days ago, Saturday night, my mother, stepfather, and I went to go see both They Will Kill You and the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And after we left the movie theaters, we went to McDonald's and we got ourselves 3 Happy Meals because we wanted to get like the toys and whatnot. And what was cool is that the toys came in these little question mark boxes. So they're kind of like those old bags. You remember how like back in 2017, how like FNAF or Sonic would have, or actually no, Minecraft. I remember Minecraft used to have those little like boxes and you'd open them up and you get like a random character. Those were always really cool. And I'm glad to see that they're still a thing to this day. But yeah. Now, the first 3 characters I got, I kid you not, all 3 of them were toads. Each one of them were toads. I'm not even joking. So, the next day, aka yesterday, Sunday, before my mom dropped me off back at my dad's house, we ended up going to McDonald's again. And we ended up getting 3 Happy Meals again. And this time, we got significantly more lucky. I ended up getting, or no, my mom ended up getting a Frog Luigi, and I ended up getting 2 Marios. So, yeah, now I gave the Mario and Toads to my mom. Like, I traded in my Mario for a Toad that she had, and then I gave my 2 other Toads. Apparently she's going to use it for a flower pot, I think she said. So, that's pretty interesting, but yeah, so now I have a Frog Luigi, a Mario, and a Toad, which is pretty neat. But yeah, like I said, got these from McDonald's. These didn't just come in the box. What actually did come in the box, though, was mainly just the stuff that has like gamer references on them. For example, this really cool looking cup that says, "I paused my game to be here." You know, I'm gonna be real. This kind of stuff, although I'm not too big of a fan of it because, like, a little thing about me, I like games, but I don't really play them, and I don't really want to ever consider myself a gamer because, yeah, I just don't. But I don't know. Whenever I see something like this, I just think of like when I was younger and when like all like the other boys in my class would be wearing well, not all the other boys, but some of the boys would be wearing shirts like this. It just kind of brings me back to a time of being, I don't know, like I guess younger, I don't know. But anyways, next thing we have here are some socks. Again, they have the controllers and everything. I think they're all the same pattern as what's on the box here. So, that's neat. Here we have some more socks. This time it says, what does it say? I'm gaming. The controller. I don't think there's any other writing. I think that's just it. I like it because it has like a cool like 3D-ness to it. The words do. I think that's really cool. This next thing here, I also think is really cool. It's like a keychain. So once I get my driver's license, I can just put this on my keys. I don't know if I will. I probably will, just to make some use out of them, but I don't know if they'd stay. Either way, they're pretty cool. I like them. And then, taking out all this other Mario-related stuff. Oh, I think the Toad's in there. I was wondering where he was. I couldn't see him. Here we have, I assume, is a pillowcase, but I'm not entirely sure. It says, "Gamer's Happy Place. Don't get too comfortable. Remote goes here, controller goes here." Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a pillowcase, but I'm genuinely not sure because there's no, like, opening to it, you know what I mean? So, and I don't think it's some kind of poster because I've never seen, like, a poster like this before. So I'm not sure if it has some sort of, like, alternate use. I feel like it does, because if you look closely, you see, like, the little white lines. I assume you're meant to cut it out, so there can be, like, an opening, and you can actually, like, store your remote and controller. I don't know if I'm gonna use this, though, but it's still interesting nonetheless. And then, the final thing is just a Happy Easter card. Happy Easter, bruh. And so, yeah, and 2 from, no one put their name. And then, yeah. So, overall, pretty neat. That was essentially everything I got for Easter this year. And, yeah, I don't really have too much to say. Thank you, both mother and stepfather. I appreciate these gifts. And with that being said, have a good rest of your guys' day. Bye. Bye.